It's so nice to hop on here today. I didn't anticipate it, but here I am. um, so earlier today, I was out in the sun and playing with my son, actually. And sometimes that's when the guidance flows. That's when all of these thoughts and all of this information begins to flow in. And it's amazing how children ignite this within, in their play and their imagination, just being around their frequency, right? So, and being out in the sun, that nourishment coming in. So today I wanted to speak about and share some things flowing through about relationship. I've had many conversations about relationship with loved ones and with clients and friends, loved ones, and others, and my family, teams of light. So there's been a lot of questions arise with relationship and where everyone, individually feels, collectively feels, what's happening. And I would love to answer your questions. I would love to continue this conversation with you. So if you would like to make a comment below, if you want to message me a direct message on my Instagram, which is @MelissaVirtue8, or my Facebook page, awakening@melissavirtue.com. If you want to email me there, I'd be so happy to answer your questions here. And keeping you anonymous, of course, if you feel that. But moving through that understanding of what's arising for us with relationships. So there's been a lot of talk, a lot of questioning, a lot of thoughts and noticing of this term we call twin flame. And soulmate, wholemate, this unweaving of relationships for people and an expansion of it. So what does that mean? Well, to understand that the relationship begins within ourselves first, right? To understand that we have this beautiful divine union within ourselves, this masculine and feminine. The lovers are within us. So firstly, recognizing the lovers within us, the lovers that are merging and awakening each other and dancing and moving throughout ourselves, awakening our soul, right? Bringing in the frequency of the celestial lovers, the divine feminine and masculine, merging with ours within ourselves uniquely to the whole, to the celestial, the one true heart that holds within her. Sophianic is how I hear her, and I hear her in this melody, Sophia, the Sophianic song. She's calling us to awaken. She's singing her melody within us. It's awakening our vibration. It's awakening our soul to desiring union. Desiring union. And most people are feeling the union without. They want that, the love, the courtship, the romance, the intimate connection. They want, and we all want this, right? Well, maybe some people don't, but the intimate connection, the romance, the physical and non-physical connection, the holding. But what I've been hearing and noticing and seeing and receiving is also that abandonment, that left behind. And so when people are seeking union with another being, another soul, another human, then if they're seeking it first without instead of within, right? Because it begins within. And I know that sounds, some people have been like, well, that's frustrating. Okay. But in order to to create it outwardly and to bring it to yourself, to meet, to join, to merge and build with someone physical, someone that you want in your life, a partner, then it does begin within. And even if you're in a relationship and it feels upside down or it feels like it's not working out and you've done everything you can, look within first. First, look within. First, go within and explore your divine masculine and feminine within. Express both of them. Allow them to merge in union and creating the love. Okay? And in human terms, we call that lovemaking. Lovemaking with the world. It's creation. Making love with the world is creating. It's creation. So finding that creation within, the two merging and rising within. And they look like these snakes as far as energetic forms. They can look like snakes or coils of DNA, but they wind around each other, the caduceus, right? The double. And it rises within, but we have these energies within us. We also are very similar. Okay, so no matter what gender you are, we have the physical and non-physical within us. Now, to go within and discover our awakening, to awaken and acknowledge and caress and honor and accept that divine and that divinity within us, the masculine, the feminine. And as the feminine rises right now, so I'm going to go off on this note as they're saying, as the feminine is rising right now, she's awakening, and she's awakening everyone. She's awakening the divine masculine for him to step into his role, for the divine masculine to step into his role of respect and honoring of himself, of protector, of nourisher. And she nourishes him, he nourishes her, and she is with her divine consort, if you will, and divine partner, divine other, right? And so when we find this within and we acknowledge it within, that is what we're doing. We are merging this within and saying yes to the celestial receiving of divine union. So then we feel the joy. I personally, what I like to do is sometimes I sing, I chant, I intone, light language comes through, I dance, I move. For me, I'm really a mover. And when I begin to move, I go into this trance-like state of being, right? So I'm aware, but I'm not here, I'm not there. I'm an open vessel. So whatever you can find to allow yourself to be that open vessel, to allow yourself to receive the pouring, the showering, the pouring into your light vessel, your column of light, your chalice, your beingness, your soul, allowing the celestial realms, the starry realms, the ones that are bringing that divine masculine, the divine feminine, the merging within, allowing the Sophianic song to come in and dance within you. You receive that connection. You're saying, yes, I'm ready. And you feel the joy as you begin moving or singing or creating. Some people get in that meditative trance-like state when they paint, when they draw, when they are cleaning, when they're planting. So find it for yourself. Find what that is. Because as you begin to do that, your heart begins to hum, your body begins to hum, your frequency shifts into that frequency of the Sophianic song, of the divine lovers. Within you being on this earth star, so representing that earth anchoring of it, and bringing in the higher union, right? And as you do this and they merge and you feel excited and joyful And I know I spoke about this not very long ago, about holding that joy, holding that resonance, allowing it to hum and sing and burst forth from your heart, from your very being. Then you begin to weave and shift, calling home your lover, calling home your sacred union, calling home that partner that you're desiring, right? And many people are using this term twin flame. And another time I'll talk about that. If you want to send me your questions, your comments, your thoughts about that, I would like to continue this conversation with you. But as I'm thinking, and it's coming in, this twin flame is within ourselves. It's our soul, right? Too. And a lot of people are seeking outside, wanting that whole mate, that soulmate, that other, the twin flame. But it begins within. We create each other from within. So your other, the one that you're seeking, and harmony and harmonic resonance, to make union with, to raise the light with, to join with, and make joy, create love with, right? Is coming home to you by you doing it from within first, okay? And so this term keeps coming, making love with the world, making love with the world. So you are love. So it's about seeding the world, seeding the love in the world. You know, every step you take, every breath you're making, every sound, everything is that seeding of love, yes? And so we are that twin flame. We are that divine union within. We are the divine masculine, feminine within. That doesn't mean that it's not calling out to your lover that you want to bring into your life. It is, but it's recognizing it within first, okay? And so what some people are asking me about and have been, you know, burdened with, or feeling, well, as someone said I could share, desperate about. Maybe you're feeling anxious or desperate or feeling like it's not going to happen, but it's in here. But it is going to happen for you. It's just, and I'm listening to them, it's not someone to make you whole, okay? It is a breath that joins with another breath, where they're creating breath together, right? Okay, let me explain this differently. I love it. I love how they bring it in. So it is your being that is igniting and remembering, bringing the aspects of yourself back in, acknowledging divine masculine if you recognize yourself as feminine, or if that's not wounded and it's your feminine, recognizing your divine feminine, right? And so acknowledging and holding the space for both, and merging with them, and expressing them and enjoying them, and seeing that in others, seeing and recognizing that in others, recognizing that love and that creation within others, okay? And so when we do that, it's not, we will never be abandoned, because this is where the people are feeling desperate, because they don't want to be abandoned. They want a relationship that doesn't let them down, that doesn't fail them, that doesn't abandon them, that doesn't break their hearts, that doesn't have them start over, right? I can tell you about all of that with my personal experience. I can share that with you. But it's not without, it's within. The abandonment is you abandoning yourself, right? So finding that within, you will never abandon yourself. You're right here. Everything you seek is within. Everything that you are and that you see in the world is here within. And so when we seek outside of ourselves to join with another because we don't want to be abandoned, that's why we're looking for that soulmate, that twin flame, because people hear the word twin flame and they think, oh, I'm merging with my equal, my other half, the one that'll never leave me, the one that will have the passion and the, ferocity for life and the calm gracefulness, and that meets me as equal, and that will not have flaws, right? That's not a twin flame. A twin flame, from my understanding, take what resonates, leave the rest. Find within yourself what twin flame means, but it's not a seeking without. First, it's within. And I could go and really break this down and talk about twin flames because, yes, I do believe in them. Okay, for those of you wondering, I do. And it is real and there is something there, but it's here. Okay, so this is the true inside. And then the abandonment is about ourselves. What part have you left behind? What part are you abandoning? Are you feeling unworthy? Are you stepping in your power? Are you saying, boundary time? Are you saying, okay, I am the storm. I'm not afraid of the storm because I am the storm. Right? Are you graceful? Are you compassionate to yourself? Because when we are compassionate towards ourselves, we are to others as well. And when someone is moving in a way that seems from ego, it's fear, really. It's fear. And so the biggest word and the biggest thing I keep getting is that fear of abandonment. And this is why people are seeking their twin flame, because they want that passionate. You can have that passionate relationship. You can have that intimate, passionate relationship, that equal relationship. You can have that. You have that. It is there. If you came into this lifetime with that desire, first it begins within, okay? And then it creates the without, and it calls home your lover. It calls home that relationship. And you meet that being, that person, that however it is for your highest good, and whichever form it needs to take for your highest good, and the highest good of all. Your highest good is the highest good of all, right? And these are one and the same. And so when it's time for that to emerge, because you understand, you recognize, we're not looking for perfection here, right? It's nobody's perfect, and that's the perfection in everyone. Okay. To cry and go to those depths with a lover, to hold them as they cry, to hold that space and allow them to cry, to hold that space and allow them to go to the depths, and then to rise up and to exchange places with them if you need to. You go to the depths and they rise up. So this is about the journey. It's not about the destination, right? I mean, so cliche a little bit, but everybody, we know this, right? It's about our journey of our heart, of our being, of recognizing we are creators and we are love, and it's within that soulmate. And then we call outwardly, it begins to call and vibrate and hum when we recognize this. And it doesn't mean that we have it all together. It doesn't mean that we figured it all out. It doesn't, you're the one that is equal to you that you're feeling is within. And remember, so within, so without. As within, so without. As above, so below. I hope this has made sense and resonates. I would love to know how you feel. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know what other questions you have about this. I'm going to answer someone's question that they were asking me to call in. So dream time. Wow, I've been receiving information about relationships and divine union in my dreams lately a lot. And I have been for um, years off and on, but lately it's just pow, 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 here we come, here's more. But upon awakening, as I'm waking up in that liminal state of being, as I'm rising and my dream body is, you know, coming fully back in, awaken me back into my physical body presently, out of my sleep state and out of my dream state. I'm still in that liminal state of receiving. And they're still talking to me, they're still telling me, they're showing me. I see the images outwardly, you know. And I was sharing with a loved one of mine that I realized, even though, oh, well, that's lovely. Oh, wait, I need to go write that down. That's information to be brought in. And so pay attention to this for yourself. We can incubate dreams. What does that mean? If you've taken my Certified Dream Interpreter course, you know what this means, but I'll just briefly describe it here. And before I do, I want to invite you to join me because I'll be talking a little bit more about this divine union for my live tomorrow, which is Thursday, the 17th, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I believe that's 7 p.m. UK. Right now we switch times, so I think we're only 4 hours apart with that. But yes, I didn't know that that's the way that this was going to go. It's for male, female, this live event, and there will be a replay if you miss it, but this live event is for anyone that feels called, male, female, binary, non-binary, whatever, okay? So just allow yourself to, if you feel the call, please join me. I'd love for you to join me. melissavirtue.com is where you can find that live. So to incubate, when we have a question, the question, we can write it down, place it by our nightstand, on our nightstand, think about it. Thank you for that confirmation. 7 p.m. UK. It's called Path of the Swan. Or the Path of Swan. It doesn't matter, right? Swan. So it's about the information, not so much the title, but it's definitely about swans, Cygnus, relationships, the cosmic vision. So I invite you, and I'd be honored and humbled for you to please join me. So incubating dreams. Hold the question in your mind before you fall asleep. And I suggest you doing this at least for a week, if not longer. Hold the question in your mind before you fall asleep. Take time to visualize your question you're asking. Call in your teams of light, your guides of light, your guardians, your highest self that is merging with you already. Calling in your heart. Call upon your heart light. Ask your heart to bring this to you. Any information that you're seeking about your divine masculine feminine union within and without, or any question you might have that has to do with relationship, anything that you want. But I see that the questions about relationship, about the bliss that you're creating, the things that are moving towards you, that you are planting, that you're cultivating, that you are gestating, the creative force that's happening with it. Right now, the moon that sun is filling her chalice full of light. And they are creating union. Every time she goes dark, then the sun begins to create union with her by filling her with light. And then she pours that beautiful sunlight that when they've merged together into the dark womb of the earth. And so pay attention to where we are in the moon cycles, where you're dreaming, and not only dreaming, but how you're feeling each day. And notice the cycles of the moon. The star signs it's moving through, yes, but really her cycles, where we are in that, because notice how you're feeling. So back to the incubation. Allow yourself to know that the creative force right now at this time is building that creative force within yourself. And so the dreams you're having will be about what you're creating at this time. And we're in Leo moon today. She's still dancing in Leo. So very fiery, very passionate, very intimate, very Shakti. Okay, that creative force of Shakti. But it's also about burning away anything that just no longer serves. And it's okay to let go of your relationships or anything about your relationships that aren't working and that you know to be true. It's okay to face that, to release it so you can expand, your partner can expand, the relationship can expand in whichever way forward it needs to go, because it's always forward movement, it's always growth. Growth is always this way. So, allowing yourself to sleep and hold that vibration. Thank you, the chat room. Okay, I didn't mean to stay on here so long, but here we are. I'm going to finish this up. So, holding that vibration of what you want to know, what information you want to bring forward in your dream time, that's incubating. And you doing that every night. You can do that as you take a shower, if you take a shower before bed. I suggest 30 minutes before you sleep that you begin thinking of that subject matter or that question you have, and maybe even dance it, sing it, hum it, sit with it, meditate with it, shower with it, bathe with it, whatever you do. Go out in the starry night sky, you know. And then as you go to sleep, you can write that down, you can whisper it, you can sing it, sing yourself to sleep, lull yourself to sleep with that thought. And then write what arises for you from your dreams the next morning. Journal everything down, date it, and do this for a week and see how everything is weaving together. So there you go, to bring forward the information that you're seeking right now. That is a very powerful way, and it's called dream incubation. And there are a lot more techniques and power behind that, but that's the simplest form to do it. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much, and I look forward to any questions, comments, any thoughts that you have. Again, you can email me, awakening@melissavirtue.com, private message me, PM, direct message me, Instagram, Facebook, or here. So many blessings. So much love.